Hey YouTube, it's Jess. Ethan's at work. I wanted to do an update because I haven't done one in quite a while. It is May 1st and it is 11 p.m. And I just kind of wanted to update more on Ethan's work than anything else. He's a security officer. He is, I haven't said it before, he's pre-T, pre-surgery, pre-name change. So basically his friends and family know him as Ethan, sorry. And work calls him by his birth name and uses female pronouns because they don't know. In June, that will be changing. He will be getting his name changed, his gender marker changed. He will be going on T. We have a lot of stuff happening in June. I'm going to do a whole update on June. Anyway, so his boss really likes him. His boss knows that he's a great worker and that he truly commits to his job, and he's called off one night because he had to take me to the ER, and he has ended up being late twice, once because of a flat tire and once because of traffic. There was an accident on the 10th. So, I mean, he really doesn't call off. He really isn't late. He stays through his shift. He does his reports. Everything is by the book. He's a good security officer. He's actually planning on going into corrections, but for now, sorry, my phone lit up, see? These handy little updates from Facebook. Anyway, it distracts me. It's shiny. So he's a good worker, but his corporate is based in Texas, and we know certain states are a little bit more closed-minded than others, and Texas might be on that list, I'm just saying. Anyway, this group of people, this particular work is not, they're not open-minded. So they're so chauvinistic that 99.9% of the people working for them are male. Bio male, 100% penis, balls, whatever. And they have such an issue with females that they don't hire them. Blatantly just don't hire them. They've said on multiple occasions that the 2 females that they have working in Arizona, which is where we live, will not be working for them much longer. And Ethan is considered one of those females. So, they don't like female guards. They don't like females working for them. They don't believe that a female should be a security guard. And because they've never said anything about how they perceive his sexuality, because obviously they think he's female, and he looks very, very butch, very, very masculine. I would assume they would know that he isn't exactly a straight bio male, even though he does identify as a straight male. So, anyway, his boss had been put through the ringer, and they had been making his boss work crazy hours, not paying him overtime, and saying it was part of his salary, and just, like, he was working, like, literally 24 to 48 hours straight, maybe, like, an hour break. It was crazy ridiculous. So, finally, his boss got fed up. His boss filed something with the labor board and quit. This was last week. That kind of means that the one advocate that Ethan had going for him is gone. So we fully expected this to happen. Actually, we expected him to get fired, but he hasn't yet. We got a phone call tonight. We were in a meeting, and we got a phone call tonight. We waited. He called the number back. It was his boss's. It was his work cell phone number. Anyway, it's a corporate-owned phone. And finally, the person answered, and apparently, the person had been given the schedule. And even though Ethan had been promised 2 weeks at Metro, which is one of the posts, it's his favorite post, it was supposed to be 10 full nights at Metro, with Friday, Saturdays off, to prove himself as a capable security guard, to prove himself to the general manager of the post, it's a hotel, and to prove himself to corporate. And he had handled multiple issues last week, completely on his own, 100% by the book, and he's done fine. This week tonight they called him, he called him back, and basically, excuse me, sorry, I have bronchitis and I'm not feeling too well. And, basically, they told him that he's cut. He's got 16 hours a week. He works Sundays and Mondays. They have nowhere to put him. They don't want him at Metro. Tolleson won't take him because they had some issue, they had a big issue with him. And overall, there's not much we can do. Ethan's gonna go down and talk to unemployment tomorrow and see if because his hours got cut. He was promised 40. He was hired for a full-time job, which means they're supposed to give him, I think it's 32 or 36 hours to 40 hours or more. It's in his paperwork that he was that he was hired for a full-time position. So he's gonna go talk to unemployment and see if unemployment can, you know, give him the extra because what is that? $9 an hour times 16 hours. I mean, you do the math. It's not very much. It's like $200. It's not enough for one. We're gonna talk to his parents about helping us out for a month or two. More so that we can not touch the emergency fund. If they can't do it, it's not a big deal. We do have savings, so I mean, we've planned for this type of thing to happen. He was fired once, and we learned the hard way, so we have a savings. I don't like the feeling of not feeling secure, especially financially. Anyway, so he's cut to 16 hours, and he's really upset, and I told him why, and I'm really pissed off because he's my baby, and he's my world, and they hurt him, and that really makes me mad. Can I say pissed off on YouTube? Because I just did like twice. Anyway, I'm pissed. Look, that's 3 times. I'm so angry that I haven't been able to formulate sentences until now, and it's been like 4 hours. I'm just angry. And I think it's more that I'm angry because they hurt him, not because they cut his hours. I could care less. It's just money. It's just work, you know. We can get by. We've got by with much, much, much worse, so I'm not too concerned. We're very good at living minimally. Anyway, so yeah, I'll do a post in a day or 2 or 4 or a week, whatever. Whenever I get to it, I'll do a post about June. June is going to be a huge month. Like, gigantic. Like, we have so much going on in June that I am super excited for June to get here, but I am, like, super anxious to, you know, like, bad anxious, like, I think I'm gonna throw up when I think about June. Anyway. Alright, YouTube, thanks for listening to me rant. Bye.